Kathy Hochul
Yes.
joining us,
Great
making
to
a
see both
visit
of
out
you.
here to training camp. Great to have you as always, but I understand there are a few reasons why you're joining us here today. I mean, you're going to say hi to the Pagulas, obviously, see what your team's looking like.
That's
but
right.
There are some other alternative
Well,
reasons.
I was looking at the team very seriously.
Yes.
I was standing out there with the card with Terry Pagula, and
Yeah.
I was doing my own analysis. He wanted my feedback, I'm sure.
Yeah, but you invited some kids out here today, right?
We had kids out here today from Prime 585. It's a great organization, an online platform of positive messages and online news for children, because there aren't a lot of places they can go. They can get unfiltered positivity because there's so much negativity with social media these days. And it also ties into our cell phone ban. Starting this fall, we're going to have a distraction-free environment in schools so our kids can finally learn again. They can engage with each other and not have the mental health challenges that they're experiencing now. So today was about kids. We also signed a bill into law today that was named after a young woman who was 12 years old, and she collapsed on the playing field, on the basketball court, and there was a defibrillator in the building, but there was not access to it, and no one was trained. And so we signed a law requiring schools to make sure that people have a plan in place and there's training. So that was important to do here today. So got a lot done, but it's great to just walk around and see the fans. I signed a lot of autographs. Not sure all the kids knew who I was.
Well, they're a little focused on Josh and some other people, so you understand.
They were good. I was just teasing. They all were happy. And one young man said, "You're the greatest governor in the whole world." I said, "Okay, put him in an ad." Okay.
Yeah, you'll take that.
I love this kid.
Can you vote yet?
So great fan base here because they know I'm the greatest Bills fan who've ever sat in this seat ever in history.
Yeah.
So.
Governor Hochul, signing this bill into law, there's a DeMar effect that has happened since DeMar went through his cardiac arrest. How are you still feeling the benefits of everything that happened after that?
Yeah, his name is synonymous with the need for immediate response. And he was fortunate to get his life back literally, and as the world watched in shock and horror and then ultimately joy. But he had the best professionals taking care of him instantaneously.
Right.
They knew what they were doing. When a young athlete collapses on a football field during practice, you don't know they're going to get that. They're probably not. So this was the focused attention based on his experience, where he has been a great champion. He supported legislation we did last year that required that there be people trained in this, also on sports fields outside the schools.
Right.
I mean, you're at a baseball diamond far away from a building or anywhere where kids congregate in youth sports. We want to make sure that they would have access to this life-saving technology if so needed. So I feel good about that.
Yeah, and DeMar's done great things in Western New York, getting AEDs in school buildings or to athletic complexes. But to your point, Desha's law takes the next step, which is putting that emergency response plan into place, right?
Yeah, that's exactly the difference.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you enact that, and then how does that roll out? Because is it just simple instructions, training, and you guys provide the support for that?
Yeah, the Department of Education will make sure that they comply with all state laws. This is now a new state law as of my signing a few minutes ago.
Yeah.
And school districts are on notice that they need to submit a plan by a certain date.
Okay.
Show us what they're going to be doing. We do this all the time. We're doing it now with our cell phone ban, is that we're saying you need to give us your plan for implementation by August 1st. So there has to be accountability, no doubt about it, or it doesn't, or otherwise it's meaningless.
Does that law extend to the SUNY college system as well, or is that a separate entity?
That's separate. This is for K
to
12.
12.
Yeah.
Okay.
But let me check on that. What the policy
I was
is
just
on
curious
student-
more than anything else. I didn't know how far it
and
reached.
there's a lot of athletes there as well on our college campuses. So.
It's so important to get these AEDs in school, but there's another part of it, like Chris was talking about, having a plan in place, and not just regarding this law. Why are these types of plans and helping coach people to be able to react in the correct way at the drop of a hat so important?
I was just speaking to some people here today who turned out they had an AED in the home and did not know it was there. Someone had brought it home one time and no one knew how to use it, and it had dire effects. And so, there's real life experiences. There's stories of people being saved because someone knew what to do. There's positive stories, but there's also so many stories of tragedy. And the more we talk about shows like yours that are getting people to think about this. Wait, that could happen to my spouse. That could happen to my grandma. That could happen to my child. I think it's that public awareness, and the bills And the NFL and DeMar using his story have really changed the dialogue on something that others were not even contemplating before. So that's the power of using his star power to further a cause that is so deeply personal to him and to all the Bills fans.
We had a Lancaster high school student just a few months ago. He learned some of the hands-only CPR training through some of the efforts by the Bills and DeMar, and saved his stepfather in his home because he learned the hands-only CPR training. So as much as there are some tragic stories that enact laws like this and make them necessary, there are some positive stories like that, like life-saving stories. They're really special.
That's right.
Are you going to get up for a game at any point in time? I'll just tell you, I'm assuming you'll try to carve out some time for Christmas to be home in Western New York. There's a December 28th home game against the defending Super Bowl champion Eagles. Any chance?
Can we make it happen?
I'll even do better than that. I'm there at opening day.
Let's go.
I was like, no.
Prime time game.
No, as soon as they announced the schedule, I was like, okay, team, cancel everything I have. We're going to Buffalo.
Yes.
Buffalo is
Field trip.
still my home. I mean, I have a place down in Buffalo, and I love it there. I mean, summers are magnificent, but in the wintertime, when you get that Bills vibe, there's just an electricity, and I feel like we've been going through withdrawal pain since the end of the season, and just. What do you do on a Sunday afternoon? I don't know. There's no game on here on Monday night.
You get withdrawal.
So it's coming back. The energy's there. The fans here are so enthusiastic. We love Bills Mafia, and anything I can do as guaranteed the first governor in the state of New York. There's been 57 of us who is a diehard Bills fan since childhood.
And I don't need to tell you what the weather's going to be like in early September in the evening for Bills-Ravens week 1. I mean, it's hopefully we get a beautiful evening and, 60 degrees, just a little taste of fall, right?
We'll guarantee it. But here's where it gets a little complicated if you want to know. When I'm in the city of New York and I'm surrounded by Jets and Giants fans
right.
And I'm going to a game in September to see at the Meadowlands. I think we're playing the Jets.
Yeah, week 2 or 3, I think.
So I don't always get applause when I walk in with my Buffalo Bills sneakers and my cap on, but people.
You got to fly the flag.
At this point, you can't say, "Oh, I love them all." I mean, I love all of them when they're not playing each other. Okay,
well,
so when
let's remember where that team plays. They play in New Jersey.
No kidding. They kind of get.
You got to cross state lines.
They kind of get annoyed when I point that out, but I gotta love all my teams. I'm thinking someday, wouldn't it be great if I could just, carve out that part of New Jersey?
Oh, you want to redraw the state line there? Careful now.
But for now, I love being able to brag that Buffalo is the team, the only team that plays in the great state of New York.
Well, it's great to see you as always. We appreciate you giving us some time, and congrats on Desha's law. That's going to help a lot of people and put plans in place.
Yes, it will.
So when tragedy strikes, there's a response. So
absolutely.
Thanks for signing that into law
and thanks
today.
for helping promote it as well.
Yeah, absolutely.